What's up, guys? Last night, Game 5, Edmonton Oilers versus Calgary Flames. Edmonton had the chance to clinch and close out the series to advance to the Western Conference Finals. That much they did. From Game 1, who would have thought that this game was going to end up in 5 games? This series end up in 5 games. 9-6 from Game 1. You would expect for this whole series to go into a shootout just to see who comes out on top. But even after Game 1, I think both teams assessed themselves and played more straightforward hockey, more defensive hockey, more focused. That ended up playing a big part in Edmonton due to the fact that they were able to control Calgary. They were able to come back in certain scenarios in which they were down. And none other than last night when they were down 2-0 and then tied at 2-2. To then have this crazy back and forth between Edmonton and Calgary in which 4 goals were scored in the span of 1 minute and 11 seconds. That is 22 seconds less than the record broken for back-to-back goals. That led the scoreboard to 4-4. Insane sequence of hockey. I would look down and then out of nowhere, it scores! And it's like, what is going on here? But I guess that's what you're gonna get with the Battle of Alberta. A lot of notables coming out of this series that I've noticed is that there was no bottom depth scoring for Calgary. They were nowhere to be found. Mangiapane combined for 1 point. I forgot with who else in the past 3 games. Nobody else was nowhere to be found, and Calgary and Markstrom were led up to to dry. Edmonton played a very well-grounded game. They had their depth. They had Yamamoto, Zach Hyman, Evander Kane going. Darnell Nurse got a couple goals in the series. But none other than Batman and Robin. We've emphasized so much in this series how good Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid go well with each other. So far, these playoffs, they have combined for 57 points, if I'm not mistaken. This goes back to the King series. They're combining for 57 points. The German goal leader, Leon Draisaitl, with 17 points in this series alone. That is insane. Connor McDavid had 14 points in this series. And what's insane to me about Edmonton is that even when Connor McDavid is having one of those games in where he is a no-show or is barely posting goals on the scoreboard, he gets the help from the bottom depth of the lineup, which is something that you want in a playoff hockey team. Good goaltending and depth scoring. So Edmonton had a lot of that. Connor McDavid with the game winner late in overtime, halfway through overtime. And what a perfect picture being drawn when it was Leon Draisaitl who passed it to Connor McDavid with the game winner. They are now waiting on Colorado Avalanche or St. Louis Blues, which goes down tonight, Game 6. So, who do you got? And if so, will the Edmonton Oilers finally reach, once again, the Stanley Cup final?